The Lola James case, a tragic child abuse and murder case in Wales. Viewers' discretion is advised. Lola James was one of 36 children killed by parents or caregivers in 2020 in England and Wales by malnutrition, neglect, or abuse, and was severely let down by social services. Lola was born on the 30th of September 2017, and she was described as being a happy, bubbly, beautiful toddler, and was only 2 when she was killed in her home in Haverfordwest, Pembrokeshire, Wales. On the 17th of July 2020, in the early hours of the morning, Kyle Bevan, the partner of Sinead James, Lola's mum, carried out a brutal and extremely violent assault on Lola while Sinead slept upstairs. I'm going to give you a little bit of a timeline of this case. Again, please be advised of viewers' discretion. In January 2020, a multi-agency referral had been submitted by health visitor Leslie Steadman after reports of a domestic incident involving Sinead's former partner at her home. On the 10th of February 2020, Ms. Steadman carried out her final face-to-face with Sinead at her home due to lockdown. She did raise concerns about Lola's behaviour, and Sinead said that she thought the toddler had potential ADHD. In February, Kyle and Sinead started an online relationship, and the following day, she moved Kyle Bevan into her home with her 2 children. In April 2020, through Facebook messages, it was revealed that Lola had suffered a bloodied nose in Kyle's care while Sinead was in a different room. April 26, 2020, again through Facebook messages between the couple, showed Lola had suffered a grazed chin in Kyle's care. He said Lola had fallen over and that she was a crazy kid. May the 4th, Kyle sends Sinead a message to tell her that Lola had fallen from her bed and had cut her lip. May 14th, Kyle smashes up the house with a hammer, attempts to headbutt Sinead, and Sinead finally fled from her home with her kids and takes them to her friend Cassie Morgan's house. However, unfortunately, just a day later, when Kyle messaged Sinead an apology telling her, "I feel like a monster," unsurprisingly, Sinead returned to the home, putting her children and herself in grave danger. July the 5th, Sinead's friend Cassie sees Lola with bruised legs at a park. July the 7th, Casey witnesses Kyle pushing a pram carrying a child into the road in anger. She suspects he was under the influence of drugs. July 9th, Kyle claims Lola fell off a sofa onto the coffee table, causing an injury to the bridge of her nose. Her eye appears to be bruised. July 16th, Sinead claims she went to bed between 7 and 8, leaving Lola in Kyle's care downstairs. Kyle stayed up late with Lola, taking pictures of her using Snapchat filters. He then claimed he put her to bed. On July 17th, just after midnight, Sinead was woken to a bang and a scream and found Kyle comforting Lola in Lola's bedroom. He said that she had hit her head, he had this, and she went back to bed. At 4:26, Lola is known to be conscious and upright as Kyle takes a picture of her back injuries. Kyle then proceeded to Google when to get medical treatment for a child that has a head injury. He contacted his mum, sending her pictures of an unconscious Lola, asking what he should do. His mum, a registered nurse, begged Kyle to take Lola to seek medical attention. Unsurprisingly, this was ignored. At around 6:30 a.m., he would send a 22-second video to his mum of an unconscious and propped with cushions and pillows, saying, "Lola's gone." Lola was clearly unresponsive. Lola had also suffered from a lot of bruising. It wouldn't be until 7:30 a.m. that Sinead would call 999. She claimed that Lola had fallen down the stairs in their home after being pushed by the family dog. Lola was rushed to hospital after paramedics found her unconscious and unresponsive. She was covered in bruises. Lola never regained consciousness. Lola, on the 21st of July 2020, died of catastrophic brain trauma after suffering 101 separate injuries and extensive eye and head damage. The same day Lola was admitted to hospital, Kyle Bevan and Sinead James were arrested on suspicion of assault and neglect. This was later changed to murder. There was numerous factors where social services could have stepped in. This did lead to a 2024 review of all 36 children that were let down by social services, who unsurprisingly continued to blame this on lockdown. In April, excuse me, in April 2023, Kyle was found guilty of murder. At Swansea Crown Court, the jury rejected his claim that Lola fell down the stairs. Sinead was convicted of causing or allowing Lola's death. On the 25th of April 2023, Kyle Bevan received life imprisonment with a minimum of 28 years before eligibility for release. Sinead James was only given a 6-year sentence in prison. In 2025, we heard of a death of a killer. On the 5th of November 2025, Kyle Bevan, 33, was given prison justice. He was found dead in his cell at His Majesty's Prison in Wakefield. 3 fellow prisoners were arrested on suspicion of murder. In December 2025, those arrested denied the charge, and a trial is set for mid-2026. I am telling these stories of these crimes to give the voiceless back their voice, as it should be the victims that are in the forefront of our mind when it comes to these cases. Rest in eternal peace, little Lola, taken far too soon at the hands of a monster and neglected appropriate care by someone that should have done everything to protect and care for her. My condolences and sympathies go to Lola's family and anyone that was affected by this case.